Hello.
Hi.
നമ്മളൊരു ഫ്രണ്ടിന്റെ വീട്ടിൽ വന്നിരിക്കുകയാണ് കേട്ടോ. അപ്പോൾ ഫ്രണ്ടിന്റെ പേര് ഡോൺ എന്നാണ്. ഡോൺ സിംഗിൾട്ടൺ, ലണ്ടൻകാരിയാണ്. അപ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ വന്നപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ കുറേ ഡെക്കറേഷൻസ് കണ്ടു. ഭയങ്കര ബ്യൂട്ടിഫുൾ ആയിട്ടുള്ള കുറേ ഡെക്കറേഷൻസ് ഉണ്ട്. ഡോൺ ഇതിൻ്റെയൊക്കെ ആളാണ്. നിറയെ നല്ല ബൊക്കെ സെറ്റിങ്സ് ഉണ്ട്. പിന്നെ നിറയെ ഓർണമെന്റ്സ് ഒക്കെ ഉണ്ടാക്കാൻ അറിയാം. പിന്നെ കുറേ എഗ്സ് ഞാൻ ഇതുവരെ കണ്ടത്. ഇവിടെ ഓസ്ട്രിച്ചിൻ്റെ എഗ് ഇരിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. ഇതുപോലെ കുറേ എഗ്സ് ഉണ്ട്. അത് വേറൊരു ദിവസം കാണിക്കാം കേട്ടോ. നിറയെ പല ഷേപ്സിലുള്ള പല എഗ്സ് ഉണ്ട്. ഇതിൻ്റെയൊക്കെ ഡെക്കറേഷൻ ചെയ്യും. ഭയങ്കര ബ്യൂട്ടിഫുൾ ആണ്. അപ്പോൾ അതിനൊക്കെ കുറച്ച് സമയം വേണമെന്നാണ് പറയുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ ഇന്ന് നമുക്ക് എന്തെങ്കിലും ഒന്ന് ഈസി ആയിട്ട് വേണമെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. അപ്പോൾ ഡോൺ അതുകൊണ്ട് വളരെ ഈസി ആയിട്ട്, ഇപ്പോൾ പെട്ടെന്ന് നമ്മൾ പ്ലാൻ ചെയ്യാത്തതായതുകൊണ്ട് വളരെ ഈസി ആയിട്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്ന ഒരു കാൻഡിൽ ഡെക്കറേഷനാണ് ഇപ്പോൾ കാണിക്കാൻ പോകുന്നത്. ബാക്കിയുള്ളതൊക്കെ നമുക്ക് അടുത്തടുത്ത ദിവസങ്ങളിൽ ഡോൺ പഠിപ്പിച്ചു തരാമെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ഇന്ന് ഒരു ചെറിയ രീതിയിലോ, ഡോൺ പറയുന്നത് കുഞ്ഞു കുട്ടികൾക്ക് പോലും ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുമെന്നാണ് പറയുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ അങ്ങനെ ചെറിയ രീതിയിൽ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്ന ഒരു കാൻഡിൽ ഡെക്കറേഷനാണ് കാണിക്കാൻ പോകുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ അതിന് വേണ്ടുന്ന സാധനങ്ങളാണ് ഈ ഇരിക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ ഇനി നമുക്ക് ഡോൺ തന്നെ ബാക്കി പറഞ്ഞു തരും.
Okay, so to make a decoration and a really nice gift without costing too much money, we need to find candles which you can collect or buy from the shop really cheaply. These cost €1 here in Spain. And we turn them into a little decorated gift. This one is a particular one for Christmas time. How we do this is with using napkins or serviettes as they're known. And you go into the shops and you can buy all sorts of lovely patterns and pictures on different napkins. This one was for Chinese New Year with lucky cats on them. And this one is for peace and love. There's lots of hearts and doves on there.
It's the same, no?
Yeah. And this one here is for Christmas, which isn't very long now. It's about 90 days, I think, until Christmas or sometime. And how we do this, you will need your napkin, whichever you found. And once you start looking for the pictures, you want to go and find more because it becomes a little bit addictive and it becomes, what can I find next? You can get them for birthdays, for christenings, ladies, flowers, dogs, cats, all sorts, but you've got to go looking for them. So you'll need your napkin, a pair of big scissors, a pair of little scissors, a spoon, a metal spoon, and a tiny tea light candle. And how we begin, once you find your basic candle, you take the napkin that you want to use for your pattern, and we're going to use the hearts on this napkin. So using your big scissors, you roughly cut out the heart from that napkin. You must put it to one side. Try not to keep it too near because this can catch a light, obviously. It's paper. So you put them to one side once you've got your picture. You cut away the white area because we don't need this. And then, to save time, using your tiny scissors, you cut out the delicate area so that you're just left with the heart in this case. So from that napkin, you cut out just the tiny little heart. Cut away all the white pieces. A good quality napkin usually has 3 layers. There is a difference. In British culture, there's a difference between a napkin and a serviette. A serviette is made from paper and is thrown away, and a napkin is made from cloth. So you can't use a napkin. You always use it. You'll find napkins in very expensive and very nice restaurants in London. And it's said in British history that if a lady drops her napkin on the floor in a restaurant, she must never pick it up because it becomes disrespectful to the restaurant owner because he's wealthy enough to give her another napkin because it's made of cloth. So if you ever drop your napkin on the floor, you leave it there and you allow the maitre d' to come and give you another napkin.
Okay.
But with serviettes, it doesn't matter. You can throw them away because they're paper or recycle them.
Okay. ഡോൺ പറയുന്നത് നമുക്ക് ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു കാൻഡിൽ ഉണ്ടാക്കാൻ ഇതും പിന്നെ നമ്മുടെ നാപ്കിൻ അതും മതിയാവും. നമ്മൾ കൈ തുടയ്ക്കാൻ ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്ന ഇതിൽ സെലക്ട് ചെയ്യുമ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് നമുക്ക് ഇഷ്ടമുള്ള ഒരു പിക്ചർ സെലക്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ എല്ലാവർക്കും മനസ്സിലായിട്ടുണ്ടാവും. എന്നാലും ഞാൻ ഒന്നുകൂടെ പറയുന്നതാണ്. ഇഷ്ടമുള്ള പിക്ചർ സെലക്ട് ചെയ്യുക, അതിനെ കട്ട് ചെയ്തെടുക്കുക. അപ്പോൾ അവിടുത്തെ വിശേഷം പറഞ്ഞല്ലോ, അവിടുത്തെ നാപ്കിൻ്റെ വിശേഷം എല്ലാവർക്കും മനസ്സിലായിട്ടുണ്ടാവും അല്ലേ. അപ്പോൾ ഇതിങ്ങനെ കട്ട് ചെയ്തെടുക്കുക. നെക്സ്റ്റ്.
So once you've cut out the picture that you require, for us it's going to be the heart today, you take a little bit of water on your finger and you put your finger and thumb together and you pull off the back part. I've already done this one. You pull off the back part of the napkin. So when it's wet, it becomes two. So this one is the print. This is just paper. We don't need this. And if you've got a good quality one, you'll see there's another one. So this is a good quality napkin. So there's 3 parts. So you discard the white pieces. You don't want them. You just need the colour. It's important to take the back off because it won't sink into the wax on the candle. So you're then left with just the tiny little picture which you've chosen from the napkin. So you cut out as many of those as you wish, and before you stick them to your candle, you have a little play and you think how you want it to look, whether you want the picture to go upright or maybe abstract. However you want it to look, it's up to you because you're the artist. But for this purpose, we're going to make it upright and stick it on the candle this way. Now to do this, we light the tea light. Make sure again all of the paper, all of the serviette is out of the way because you don't want it to catch light. We light the tea light, let that get warm. We've got our cut out pieces of serviette that we want. Let's take the backing off of this one. There's 1 and 2, so we're left with just the picture. Let me put that over there out of the way. Then we hold the candle in our hand and we take the picture and we place it on the candle, making sure there's no creases and that all of the picture is flat on the candle. Then with your teaspoon, you have a concave, which is going in like a cave, and a convex side. So you want the concave side, the part that scoops in, hold it over the candle on the tea light for a couple of minutes, and that will heat the metal. Then, working very quickly and in circular motions, you rub it onto your picture. And what this does, the heat from the metal melts the wax underneath the picture and it encapsulates the picture into the wax. This is important because we don't want any of the paper poking up, because when the candle burns it could catch light. So you have to make sure that you melt the wax underneath just by using small circular motions. And this is sticking the picture to the candle.
അത് ശരി. അപ്പോൾ ഇതിനായിരുന്നു ഞാനിങ്ങനെ അതിശയിക്കുന്നുണ്ടായിരുന്നു ഈ കാൻഡിൽ ഡെക്കറേഷന് സ്പൂണിൻ്റെ ആവശ്യം എന്തൊക്കെയാണെന്നുള്ളത്. അപ്പോൾ ഇതിനായിരുന്നു, അതായത് ചെറിയ ചൂട് വെച്ചിട്ട് നമ്മൾ കൊടുക്കാൻ. അപ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് ഒരുപാട് ചൂടാക്കേണ്ടെന്നാണ് പറഞ്ഞത്. ഒരുപാട് ചൂടാക്കിയാൽ നമ്മുടെ മെഴുകുതിരി മെൽറ്റായി പോകും. അപ്പോൾ ചെറിയ ചൂടാക്കിയിട്ട് വെക്കുമ്പോൾ അതിനകത്ത് ഒട്ടിയിരിപ്പുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ഇതായിരുന്നു ഈ സ്പൂണിൻ്റെ പരിപാടി അല്ലേ?
You have to be careful not to put the spoon onto the candle itself without the picture. If you touch the spoon to the candle, you will melt the wax and then it spoils the candle. So you've got to stay as close to the edge as you can. You can take as much time as you wish, and you have to make sure that there aren't any creases and that all of the paper picture is soaked into the wax of the candle. And then if you rub your finger or your thumb over the picture once you've finished, if there's anywhere like here, look, that's sticking up. So we know that needs sticking down. So we warm the spoon again and just rub over that area very quickly. Small circles all the time. Don't stay in one place because again, the spoon will melt the wax and you don't want to have any dents in your candles. Try not to have any air bubbles underneath. Just keep reheating and working really quickly, and you'll soon see that the picture then encapsulates into the wax. And then you just rub your finger, no air bubbles, a little bit more on that corner there, So a tiny little bit more. And there you have it. Your picture is encapsulated into the candle, and you cover the rest of the candle with all the different colours or pictures, whatever your choice is, whatever you've chosen, so that you cover the candle all over. And that's how you get this decoration.
Wow.
From beginning to end.
How you learned this, Dawn?
A very old friend of mine, she was about 80, taught me how to do this in London.
Wow.
Years ago. She's probably passed now, but watching down on us and saying, well done.
And one more thing. ഡോണിന് വേറൊരു സൂത്രം കൂടെ അറിയാം. നമ്മളിങ്ങനെ വലിയ കാൻഡിലൊക്കെ കത്തിക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് നടുക്കാണല്ലോ കത്തുന്നത്. നടുക്ക് കത്തി നടുക്കുള്ള ആ മെഴുകെല്ലാം പോകും. അപ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് അറ്റത്തുള്ളത് ഇങ്ങനെ വെറുതെ ഞാൻ പലപ്പോഴും കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ട്, ഇങ്ങനെ കൂർത്തിരിക്കും. നമ്മളെന്താ ചെയ്യുക, നമ്മൾ തന്നെ വേസ്റ്റാക്കി കളയുകയാണ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ ഇവരവിടെ ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു പരിപാടിയുണ്ട്. അതായത് ഇങ്ങനെ കത്തി അകത്തുള്ള മെഴുക് ഉരുകി പോകുമ്പോഴേ ഇവരെന്താ ചെയ്യുന്നതെന്ന് ഒന്ന് കാണിച്ചു തരും.
Yes, so we give thanks for the light now, because the candle, when we're burning it, has given something to us. It's given us light, or maybe a nice smell, or it's maybe even warmed us if we have lots of candles, if there's a power cut. And a candle wick, if there's only one wick into a candle, like in the centre, will only burn in a certain area, so it will become a waste on the edge. So when we discard our candles, we give thanks to it. So we blow the candle out, and to do this immediately, this is called hugging the candle.
Can I show them?
Yes.
ഇപ്പോൾ കാണാൻ പറ്റുന്നുണ്ടോ? ഇതിൻ്റെ നടുക്കിപ്പോൾ ഒരു കുഴിയാണ്. ഇത് നേരത്തെ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞതുപോലെ എൻ്റെ അറ്റത്തുള്ളത് മാത്രമേ ഇരിപ്പുള്ളൂ. നടുക്കിപ്പോൾ കുഴിയാണ്. അപ്പോൾ ഈ കുഴി എങ്ങനെ ഫില്ല് ചെയ്യുന്നതാണ് പുള്ളി കാണിക്കാൻ പോകുന്നത്.
So we hug the candle, and rather than waste the wax around the edge because it's burning only in the centre, we hug it with our palms, blow the candle out and push the wax with your thumb, turning it back into the melted wax, being careful obviously not to burn yourself because it's hot wax. And when that resets, you will have another candle, and you eventually burn the candle all the way down rather than wasting a candle and only having half. This candle was the same size as this one. So you can see you get good value for money if you give thanks and hug your candle. Once you've finished your project, if you find a piece, this is natural cork, but it doesn't have to be this. You can have a piece of wood or a mat of something, maybe a piece of wood with a circular piece, or if not, you can even collect lids from jars. Don't throw them away, collect them and put your candle in there so that you have somewhere that you can move it easily and that the wax doesn't drip onto any surfaces or cause a fire. But for the purpose of the gift, if you find a nice piece of wood or something natural like a piece of bark, you put your finished candle, we'll use this one as this was finished, in the centre. The tea light that you've been using, pour the wax straight onto the base and set your candle on there. And if you hold it on there for a little while, the wax underneath is catching on the candle and it will stick. It will take a little while to stick, but it sticks the candle base to the candle. Once you've done this, if you can find some nice cellophane, or you can even collect this off of things that have come in the post or something, if you've had a package, collect the cellophane. Take a strip of the cellophane. Again, these rolls of cellophane are only 99 cents here in Spain, so they're not expensive. You get quite a lot on there. And then you fold it over, pick up your candle, nicely decorated. And then if you can find some floristry ribbon, lots of different colours, cut some ribbon. And floristry ribbon is really good because it's called stripping ribbon. And the beauty of this is far too thick for what we want. So you work out what size you want, You make a hole in it and you strip it so that you have tiny pieces of ribbon.
ഇത് ഇവിടെ തന്നെയുള്ള കോക്ക് ട്രീയുടെ സ്കിന്നാണ് കേട്ടോ. ട്രീയിൽ നിന്ന് ഊരിയെടുത്തിട്ട് ഇങ്ങനെ ഇതിനു വേണ്ടി ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നതാണ്, നാച്ചുറൽ ആയിട്ട് ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നതാണ്.
Then you, rather than folding it that way, you put your candle to an angle and you go corner to corner for gift wrap. So from one side to the other on a diagonal. Then you take the next corner and you come up to the top. And then the next corner, you meet it. And then you fold it to the centre. Take a piece of the ribbon that you've stripped, wrap it around and make a knot.
Okay, make a knot.
And tie it twice so that it holds the knot. And then with a bigger piece of ribbon, we can make a bow. Very simply. If you take the end of your bow and fold the ribbon in half, like so, and then cut from the corners to the centre, it produces a nice finished end, rather than having it just square end. It looks very pretty that way. So you do both ends, fold it in half and cut at the diagonal. So you have the ribbons.
ഇത് കാണുമ്പോൾ സ്കൂളാണ് ഓർമ്മ വരുന്നത്. സ്കൂളിൽ നമ്മളിങ്ങനെ റിബണൊക്കെ കെട്ടി പോകുന്നതാ.
Because this is floristry ribbon, you take a big loop, 1, 2, and then you tie a bow, just as you would with any shoelace, and you pull it. It's nice to make each bow equal, either side. This side's a little bit too long, so again, just take it down. A good bow should end on the end of the bow part. The bottom piece should end in line, so you fold it there and cut again. And do the same on the other side. See the end, fold it in half and cut it. And then you put it onto the candle where you've wrapped. The pieces that you've already left on there, you tie the bow on using the first piece of ribbon. And then you can strip this again. And then using your scissors, you strip the ends to make curly decorations. A little bit too long, cut them short. And there you have it. A lovely little gift for Christmas, christenings, birthdays, whatever you want that little gift to be. A handmade gift made with love. Wow. And given with love for under €5 easy for the whole thing. So if money's a bit tight and it's a bit difficult after the pandemic, you could make lots of different coloured candles and give somebody light for their gift. There is nothing nicer than giving light and a nice smile to somebody, and it's from the heart, and given with love, this becomes priceless. I hope you've enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Pleasure.